Hi, this is Will Wild, and in this video I'm going to be talking about that age-old question amongst harmonica players. Should you pucker or should you tongue block? Which is best? Which do I use? When do I use each technique? So I did make a video on this many years ago, back in the days when I used to film everything on my phone without proper lights or sound or anything, so I thought I'd make a better updated version. So in this video I'm going to be covering both techniques, how to do them, when to do them, and the pros and cons of each one. So first of all, what is puckering? Well, puckering, or sometimes called lip pursing, is just where you purse your lips to the size of one hole on the harp to play a single note. The tongue block method is where you play with a more open mouth. Usually you cover 3 holes on the harp, and you put your tongue down over the 2 holes to the left of the one that you want to play. I'm on a G harp, by the way, and I'm playing a draw 4 there, so I'm putting my tongue down over 2 and 3. So I'm left playing hole 4 out of this right hand corner of my mouth. So the advantages of tongue blocking are, because you've got your tongue down over that chord, you can then lift the tongue on and off to go between a chord and a single note. And you can use that to add in slaps, and you can use it in a rhythmic way. Usually you hear it in a shuffle. So I'm just lifting the tongue on and off to go between the chord and the single note. So that's for me the biggest advantage of playing tongue blocked, is being able to add in those slaps. You can also do it faster to give you flutters as well. The other advantage is that you get a different tone when you play tongue blocked. Now, I'm not going to say it's a better tone. I think it's a better tone sometimes, depending on what kind of sounds you want. So if I play a 4 draw puckered, and that's still quite a nice open resonant sound. You can see the harp is quite far forward in my mouth when I'm playing puckered. When I switch to tongue block, the harp goes much deeper into my mouth. And because the harp is deeper, you get more of a bassy sound. You get more low end. And a lot of people like that. Like I say, I think it is a better tone sometimes for certain things, but not always, because as well as gaining some bassier frequencies in there, you lose some off the top. You lose brightness. So if you want to play something that's really kind of pretty, or something that really cuts through the mix, so that's puckered, so that's really bright and resonant. If I play that same thing tongue blocked, the brightness is gone. It's not as resonant in those higher frequencies. It's more of a kind of like covered sound. So advantages of tongue blocking are being able to slap and do rhythmic things with the tongue, and getting that bassier tone, which is really good sometimes for bluesy stuff. But the cons are that you lose some of the brightness, and also it slows you down. If you want to play fast, especially if you want to play a fast run with lots of bends in it, Okay, there were maybe, I don't know, 10 or 20 bends in that run I just played there. You can still bend tongue blocked, but because your tongue is on the harp, it's less free to help out with the bend. So if you're doing something where you have to move in and out of bends very quickly, it's really, really difficult to do that when you're tongue blocking. So the benefits of puckering are, like I said, that brighter tone and being able to play more quickly and being able to bend easier, especially when you're playing lots of bends at speed. Also, it frees up your tongue for articulations like this. So there, I'm basically just going dwa da 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 with the tongue, da 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 da, which you can't do when you're tongue blocking because obviously the front of your tongue is planted on the harp. So what I tend to do is I play puckered probably 90% of the time. That's kind of my trademark sound, is that brighter, more kind of guitar-like tone, which you only get with puckering. If I'm playing a more traditional Chicago blues kind of thing, then I will switch to tongue blocking usually. But I still play all of my bends puckered. So if I'm playing a run like that with slaps in it, in a tongue block embouchure, I'll switch back to a pucker just for the bends. And I never tongue block in the first 3 holes. I say never. Most of the time I don't tongue block in the first 3 holes. I use the drawstring method that I talk about in my course, where you just open and close. So I recommend learning both techniques. I don't think it's a case of you just do one or you just do the other. If you're just puckering, then you're missing out on all the slaps and flutters and tonal variations you can get by tongue blocking. And if you're just tongue blocking, then you're missing out on that brighter sound of puckering, and you're gonna slow yourself down as well. If you want to play faster stuff with lots of bends. So I know that there are some teachers out there who teach from day one that you should play all of your single notes tongue blocked, and all of your bends tongue blocked from the beginning. I disagree with that. Speaking to a lot of my students in the past, I found that a lot of people have been put off by that approach, and it just makes them want to give up, because when you're starting out, you just want to play music, So in my course, I teach pucker from the beginning, get you moving around scales and bending and making music, all puckering for the first several weeks, and then I start to introduce octaves and tongue slaps and things later on. So if you want to check out my free beginner course, I'll put a link to it below. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Cheers.